This screencast will provide some examples of how students can use Google Docs to take notes and annotate resources. Google Docs is a powerful tool that has great implications for note-taking while researching on the web. In the past, teachers have used note cards, packets, highlighters, and colored pens to help students collect and organize notes. A well-organized Google document can allow you to ditch all those supplies and make notes more effective. Not only are there no more worries about lost note cards or facts with missing citations, but there are opportunities for students to collaborate on notes and provide many more examples than time would allow for on pen and paper. Most teachers provide some type of framework for notes. Sometimes they come in the form of closed notes, and sometimes they might just simply be a framework. Let's check out some examples of students taking notes in Google Docs. Here's an example of a notes framework that asks students to close read a digital article. You can see it's linked here. The teacher included the workflow for students at the top of this document, telling them that they need to make a copy of the document and share it back with the teacher. We'll practice doing this later in the lesson. This method doesn't add a whole lot to the experience of note-taking besides taking the use of pen and paper out of the equation, but it might be a simple way to get your students started with digital note-taking. This next example is a guided note sheet that incorporates digital media. There are two columns here, one for text and media and one for student comments. To make this document their own so that they can write their own notes and comments, students will need to click File, Make a Copy. Now they've created their own copy, and they can add their responses to the document. You can see this document goes far beyond notes, linking to resources that students can access at any time. This next example features collaborative notes. This sheet was collaborated on by students within a class period. The teacher created this framework and then shared the Google Doc with the class. Students in the class were assigned a group, a passage, and a dramatic element. The groups then created presentations outside this document, but returned to it to post their finished products. Here's a completed notes sheet for this group assignment. Now the entire class has collaborated to create these notes, and students have the presentations to refer to for future review. Our next example encourages students to take notes by annotating within a Google Doc. Here's an example of an assignment provided to students. The directions ask students to find an article, copy and paste the text of the article onto the document, and then make specific annotations. Here's a finished product from a student. You can see she used the Google tools to highlight and color code her annotations. She also used the comment feature to make additional notes. This can be achieved by highlighting text within the Google Doc and then using the comment button. Here's some tips to remember when creating lessons incorporating digital notes and annotations. Start small and build in some playtime. If your students haven't used Google Docs, start with a Shorts note page or something relatively easy to complete. Once everyone gets the hang of taking notes and annotating on docs, you can increase the difficulty or move towards collaborative notes. When you're ready to create your digital notes, remember the sharing workflow. First, you'll need to create your notes skeleton. Then you'll need to share with your students a link. You'll have to have each student make a copy of the skeleton, and you'll have to have them share it back to you if you'd like to review the notes. Please be advised, Google Classroom can manage steps 2 and 3 for you. If you're interested in Google Classroom, please sign up for the Google Classroom PD. Hopefully you are feeling inspired to create some digital notes of your own. Please continue to the following activity to get some practice with note-taking on Google.